Happy Friday. What's up, guys? Hans Heiser alongside the Dean, Bo Bach, AJ Cannon. We're here at Da Vinci's in Swingin' Roswell, next to
baby.
Willow Springs. How you doing, man? Good
Roswell
to see
Country Club, man. We're rocking out over here.
How's you? You're running this place, huh?
Yes, I got to do something to. I had to get a real job. You know?
You know what? It's
Bo's
just about
holding out.
sending all of us to get new jobs.
Let me
new
tell you
careers.
something. We've all been kicked in the teeth by the radio business for a bunch of years. I figured I better have another ace in the hole.
So you want calzone?
So I went, hey, what do you think of that calzone I made a little
Well,
while
that was
ago? Huh?
unbelievable.
Is that
Huh?
like standard, size?
I may have given you a nice pour.
I was going to
I may have
say,
given
because
you-
you're,
actually, they're huge. Yeah, they are.
your food cost is going out the window.
Well,
That's
no,
the case.
I mean, we're very reasonably priced here. But you know what? We use all fresh ingredients. Everything is done. We have a prep kitchen over there. Everything's done fresh and chopped up and everything, meats, everything done fresh.
We stop. You're starting to sound like Papa John.
Well, this is what I do.
Oh, he's such a
I don't do this anymore.
So we had the doing ACC for Raycom this year. We did the Louisville NC State game, right?
Yeah.
And Papa John's, his shtick is he comes in because it's Papa John's Stadium, right? He comes in the third quarter and gives pizzas.
Yeah.
Well, the stadium there, where you got the Johnny Unitas Center, there's got a road that comes in. This guy comes in with 3 models, lays a wheel all the way around the corner in like a.
Well, wait, we talking about Bobby
Chevelle.
Petrino? We talking about Bobby Petrino or we
No,
talking
no,
about the
no,
Papa
no,
John's
no,
guy?
no, the actual Papa
Okay.
John. Lays a wheel, comes down there. He's on the Jumbotron, jumps out with 3 models carrying pizzas, runs up in the stands and starts throwing them at everybody. It's the most unbelievable thing you've ever
He's tossing
seen.
slices in the stands. There's people getting scalded. There's some guy in section 316, a slice hits him in. Jesus! Good God, you're crazy! You're throwing pizzas at people.
Some lady went home. Her husband thought she had shingles from that thing that fire hit her. Right?
Oh, man.
Oh, God. But see, I don't really do this anymore. I keep trying to get out, and you keep pulling me right back in.
Right.
I know. Well,
So,
we have to. We have to make a comeback, guys.
Well.
all right.
Did you see your boy
ready.
Bobby Petrino up there? I told him to tell
Oh,
you
did you
hello.
say hi?
Yeah.
Good.
Mr. Awkward himself. They have signs in the football facility that says no talking. These kids are not allowed to talk. It's like an insane asylum in there. They're
Really?
walking
God.
around with their food like this. Nobody can talk to each
No,
other. I
stop.
swear to God.
That's true.
Come on.
It is like an insane asylum. They hand out salt pills and laudanum.
I promise
It's terrible.
you.
No.
It's very strange.
You mean
And
the Louisville team cafeteria?
they have an area upstairs where they can eat, okay? And we were kind of horsing around playing grab house out in the hallway, and a freaking GA came out, opened the door, and was like, "Guys, shh!" and pointed at the sign. There is a sign, no talking in the football facility. I swear to you.
That's so goofy.
Right? Can you imagine him walking
I
into your
can't
living
even
room
comprehend that.
and you're allowing your child to play for that man?
Oh my God. Well, how about you saw the latest news on Petrino now, with the kid that's having to scramble for a college to go to,
Right.
because Petrino strung him along and said like he had a scholarship, and knew
2
the whole
weeks.
time he didn't.
Right.
Knew that he'd already filled the slots, didn't have a scholarship for this kid, didn't tell him. Now the kid's out there scrambling. This other schools that recruited him, they already filled their scholarship slots, and the kid has nowhere.
That's right. Petrino thought certainly one would open up. Some kid will switch or flip on me, and I'll have the scholarship for this kid. But no one did.
Right. What's the worst that can happen? I ruined somebody's life.
Yeah.
Hell, I've done that for
And
years.
this was about 10 days before the National Signing Day.
That's
That's
unbelievable.
right. That's what Middle Tennessee is for. He can go play there.
That's a catch-all.
You know?
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you a question. The Falcons made their hire. They had to wait to the end of the Super Bowl. They get Quinn from Seattle. Time will tell. He's saying all the right things right now. It's obviously a change from what we had with Mike
Well,
Smith.
you know what?
But just remember, Arthur's still the guy that hired Bobby Petrino.
Right. Well, and that was based on recommendation from Rich McKay. Rich McKay is the fly in the ointment up there. He's the guy that's got this selfish, self-centered take on everything, and unfortunately, he's got Arthur's ear. When they're at a game, you're Arthur. There's Rich, and I would be who? Thomas.
Right.
So Rich has got his ear as much as Thomas does, and he leans on Rich too. and he's just.
Don't you think there's somebody outside the organization? I mean, a guy who's as intelligent and successful as he is that he talks to off the record, as far as, hey,
Almost
what do we
certainly.
need to do?
Almost
You- you-
certainly. I think everybody has somebody like that.
See, but I think
Yeah.
that went through McKay. I think McKay was his introduction to the NFL. All of McKay's sources have probably become Arthur's sources, along with Kraft up there in New England.
But have either one of you guys been able to figure out what they're trying to do with the Falcons organization? I mean, they keep Dimitrov in place after they let Mike Smith go. So then they bring in. I like bringing in this guy. He's a defensive guy. I don't know what good that's going to do you when we still have personnel problems, and we're still not sure who's going to be giving us the final. Who's going to pull the trigger on those personnel decisions? Because now we hear that Quinn's going to have the final say. So why keep Dimitrov around in the first place? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, because Dimitrov's got to present them to him. He's got to, show him the different aspects of the recruiting of the process that he's gone through. He's got to vet all of these guys.
So,
Dan doesn't have time to look at 2,500 players.
Okay. But you're taking a guy in Dimitrov who hasn't shown a great acumen for getting the job done in the first place.
I think he gets a bum rap.
well,
Dimitrov. He's had some mistakes, but he's also had some big winners.
it comes down to one thing, and it kind of talks, this point is on both sides of the conversation here. So the reason that Thomas still has a job, that I believe, is because Arthur told him to make the Julio trade. And the reason why to some people that Thomas looks like he's inept, that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, is because he made the Julio trade and we're extremely thin.
Right.
So it's like, how do you tell a guy in confidence, hey, AJ, go over there and kick that guy in the nuts. And then when that guy sues you, I don't give you some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind
Right.
of like a deal like that.
And the guy invariably will sue you. I found that out
Probably.
from a personal experience.
Yeah.
Hey, with
turn
Dimitrov,
out.
you know what? It didn't turn out great. By the way. I'm still paying for that. That's why I'm working here. With a guy like Dimitrov, I'd look purely at ratios. You say he's had a couple of winners. If I look at the ratio of winners to busts, I find him wanting.
You know what? When we signed Dan Quinn, and I wrote this week, when we signed Dan Quinn, we were 100% better than we were just 30 days ago. Because this, first of all, playing defense, everybody wants to have superstars. You got to have superstars. But to be an effective defense, that defense is working in concert. The coaching is really prominent on the defensive side, motivational skills. If you can get those guys all believing the same thing and moving in the same direction, you can get a hell of a lot of defensive players. I mean, we've underachieved for so long because we've just been flat. No one to play for, no one to inspire us, no one to motivate us.
It was kind of like when we were at 790 and the new ownership
Yeah,
came in. Everybody
exactly.
had a fire under their ass. We were ready to go.
Exactly.
There's no question.
Yeah.
But it does. Coaching can change everything. I mean, you look at the Atlanta Hawks. It's like the other night, right? They're playing the Wiz. It's about a 6-point game. It's in the fourth quarter. They call a timeout. The game's in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you would think maybe they want to eat a little clock, whatever. They come out of a timeout. They call the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
No TV timeout. They come out of a timeout. Corver comes all the way
Run a play,
around. He's
baby.
wide open in the baseline. Shoots an
Boom.
uncontested three. Now you're up 9.
Right.
They ran a play.
They ran a play,
It
yeah.
was unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I saw.
I remember thinking that when I saw, I'm a little scared for my heart. I got to be honest with you, because how many years have I been rooked in by this Atlanta Hawks team, and then they show up in the playoffs? Well, they don't show up in the playoffs.
Well, but
That's been the
they've
problem.
already paid you off this year.
Well,
AJ.
I
You
know,
what
and I know what
you got the payoff.
I hear you, but you know what? I'm guarded with my heart.
No, but it's
I'm all
going to
in,
be
though.
fun moving
I'm
forward.
like you. I'm all in, and it's going to hurt.
It's going to
I
be
know.
fun moving
That's what
forward
I'm
and watch this thing. At least we're not coming in with like embarrassing. We're one of the hunted. I mean, how rare that is for us, and so now this is all bonus now. I mean, we've seen a great coaching job, a great GM job. We've seen this team put together. Now let's see the next step, and let's bring us to fruition. What's the next big piece we're going to add? Do we need that
Ray-
inside presence?
Hopefully not Ray Lewis.
No.
No,
Ray
I mean
Allen.
Ray Allen rather.
Yeah, Ray Lewis would be
Ray
interesting.
Lewis actually would be more fun. We get Ray Lewis in here, man. We make some things happen.
Get Jerry Lewis on there and you break everyone up.
We reopen Buckhead.
It's,
Every Lewis we can find, let's get him in there.
there's so much fun to watch. I mean, sitting here my entire life watching the Hawks and rooting for them the way I do, And to go through what we did with that mind-numbing type of basketball with Woodson and Drew and Joe Johnson and Smith and Marvin Williams. Listen, Sheldon Williams. I mean, all these guys, Josh Childress. How the hell did Danny Ferry get rid of all these guys and turn us into a competitive basketball team in 3 years? How did he do it?
Just
a miracle.
Just with having a design in your head. Who's been running this franchise? I mean, no one's got any design in their head or any way to go about it. And then you just add pieces, add the best pieces that fit within those guidelines that you set forth, and all of a sudden you got yourself a team. Now bring in a coach that the guys respect.
You know what he did? He did what his college coach does every year at Duke.
Right.
He doesn't always bring in the best play. He goes against players that fits his system. Year in and year out, I mean, he gets great players. He gets blue chippers, don't get me wrong. But how many years have we seen that team? People would look at the roster and say, we don't see much out of them. And they're number 1, number 2 in the ACC again.
Right.
Same thing.
There's so much fun to watch. And you talk about that identity, drafting Schroeder. We were kind of joking before just about how quick he is. You forget he's only 21 years old. He's the real deal.
It's like a panther.
He's going to be unbunbelievable.
Like a panther.
When he finally gets.
Oh, that's going to be a catchphrase.
And you close your eyes, Bo. You close your eyes and you visualize a panther and a basketball.
And there it is. And all of a sudden, the lights come on. That panther's got a little brown dollop, a little blonde dollop right over here.
So who you got tonight
Schroeder.
with the Warriors? Who you got tonight?
Washington.
The Golden State's favored.
What are they favored by? I haven't seen the
2
line
points.
of that game. 2
I saw it
points?
today.
Okay, it's pretty much a
I
pick 'em.
thought, what? I have to take Golden State.
What?
Why are you taking Goldie? Why are you taking Goldie?
What?
Now,
You
see,
just called our backup a panther.
yeah, exactly.
Now you
Just so much firepower.
He's telling me to just
Just so much firepower.
leave my heart vulnerable.
You
and
know
then he
why?
just
Because
yanks the rug from
AJ?
under me.
Because I'm guarding against my heart. It'd be
You got a
inconce-
Valentine?
I got a Valentine pumping under the tweed.
You know what?
I'm trying not to break my heart. This would be unbelievable to beat these guys.
You know what I had to finally admit, though, after watching these guys all season, is that, I can't think of many teams I've watched ever that moved the ball any better.
Right? No, I can't either.
I had to, you know what? I had to think back to like maybe the early to mid 80s when you had some of those Boston teams and stuff like that.
Right.
When you watch those old highlights, it is kind of that brand of basketball, only without the short shorts. We should totally bring out the short shorts
that would be
tonight.
awesome.
You know how they bring like throwback night and
Right.
stuff?
Oh
Short nights.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm glad you
Corporate
said that.
look like Paxson.
I've had that idea. I've had that idea for a while. Let's be able to tell what religion they are again.
Exactly.
Bo, you don't have to do this. There's still some things that we want to talk about.
I was saying Oscar De La Renta to you, to everybody.
Well, we got to wrap up the program.
I thought you were doing a turn your head. Hey, Ed, watch out, man. He's coming for you. Whenever Bo looks at you and does this, it's not good. It is not good.
So Da Vinci's is the spot.
Da
We're right
Vinci's,
here. We're
yeah.
on Old Alabama Road, and this is right on the Broswell border, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Got Johns Creek just up here.
Yeah.
Just go about not a quarter mile up the road, and we're right in front of Roswell Country Club. And doing
Willow
trivia up here.
Springs, Willow Springs.
Yeah, Willow Springs. Willow Springs people great to us
It's
here.
actually a nice golf course.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm doing trivia here every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. I'll be doing a trivia show up here.
Oh, no kidding.
So you can come down, and we're going to have once a month clothing optional. We're still trying to get an okay from the
They'll
owner
come
on that.
through.
But I think we should be good.
Good.
You shouldn't show up for that.
Clothing optional?
You know what?
Just the idea of you sitting here naked, scratching your head, trying to figure out what the capital of Thailand is. It's just,
You'd be like, look at all these other sippers. I'm the only guy that looks like I'm wearing a bear suit.
I don't care, honey. Just bring.
Thailand?
I think I'm going to do an interpretive dance.
So we got to do this more often. We'll do this
Yeah.
again. What next June?
Once a week. Once a
July?
week. Once a week.
Do it again here.
Do again.
I don't want to
here.
do it once a week. I don't want to see you once a week.
We'll do it.
I worked with you for 10 years. I don't want to see you once a
So
week.
you going
Friday.
Warriors tonight?
Yeah.
I'm going Hawks. Buzzer beater.
I'm going Hawks just to Riverside you.
Jeff T.
Just to Riverside
teardrop
you, I'm
at
going
the
with the
buzzer.
Hawks
Oh,
tonight.
stop.
Teardrop
Yeah,
at the buzzer.
I'll tell you what. if Jeff Teague wins the game with a teardrop at the buzzer,
kiss your ass in a Macy's
I'll
window.
put it right here on Dante's bar.
I threw him for a loop because he was going to go with
Yeah,
the
he was
Macy's
gonna
window,
go with it.
and then he was completely confused.
I might even kiss your ass at Nordstrom's.
Oh man! All right, well we got to get out of here.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you
But
too.
not every week.
Edward, our engineer, outstanding work.
Thank you, Edward.
Got to get him out of here before he's got to get stuck in traffic.
Sorry I scared you with the
Let's get
calzone.
Lorenzo.
See you guys.